The Flash was directed by Andy Muschietti and it stars Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, aka The Flash. So in this movie, Barry Allen uses his super speeding powers to change the past and also to attempt to save his family and also to try to find a way to save the future. And now we got our movie. So The Flash was the movie that has been pushed back many times. I mean, I didn't know this movie was gonna. I didn't know they were gonna make. I didn't know they were gonna make a Flash solo movie until I discovered about it either in 2019 or 2018. I can't remember, but I think it's. I don't know why this movie has been pushed back many times. Maybe because of. Maybe due to. I think it's probably because. Probably due to. Probably due to changing directors and writers and screenwriters, or probably changing the workers who are supposed to work on this movie. I don't know what was going on, but I don't know. But and also not just because of that. Also, it was delayed by the pandemic. It was delayed due to Ezra Miller's bad behavior issues that he's been going through. I think that's why those things have been, that's why this movie has been pushed back, probably because of those things. Now, and finally, we have the movie now. The Flash is finally out. I was really excited for this movie. The Flash was one of my most anticipated movies, but after hearing some praise about the movie, and also some mixed things about the movie as well, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just watch the movie, find out what's going on. After watching this movie, I was like, this movie was awesome. I love this movie. Now, my first time experiencing The Flash was one of the Justice League cartoons. And, probably like one of the Justice League cartoons. I didn't have any action figures of The Flash because I wasn't really into The Flash when I was a kid. The only DC characters I got into was Batman and Superman. None of the other characters I didn't really get into. There was a live action Flash TV show from way back. And now we have a live action movie. And also, since we have the live action of The Flash, my first time experiencing the Flash in live action as well was the Justice League movie back in 2017. I've seen that since the Flash was actually in that movie. He was also in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that was my first time experiencing the Flash in live action movie form. And now, since he got his own solo movie finally out after being delayed a couple of times, The Flash, in my opinion, I love this movie. This is one of the best movies. This is one of the best best DC films I ever watched for the first time. Now, with Black Adam, I enjoy Black Adam, but there were a couple of problems I had with the movie. There were a couple of issues I had from here and there, but there was some fun stuff I love about the movie. There was some fun action. There was some fun CGI visual effects. And Dwayne Johnson was really good as Black Adam. I enjoyed the Shazam movies, but Shazam Fury of the Gods, I thought it was alright. But I enjoyed Black Adam, though. And I enjoyed this movie even more. I enjoyed this movie a lot. The Flash, in my opinion, this is one of the best movies that I ever watched for the first time. And that's pretty much it for that. Let's talk about the actors and the characters themselves. Starting off with is Ezra Miller's The Flash. The Flash. Here he is. And he got a new suit. And I actually love this suit. This new suit that he has right now, I kind of love this suit a lot more than the suit that we had from the Justice League movie. I mean, no offense to that suit that we had before, but this new suit looks comic book accurate. I love the new suit. I love the way the new suit actually really looks. It looks comic book accurate. Now with Ezra Miller as Barry Allen in this movie, he got the new suit. No explanation of how he made this new suit. But then he actually was trying to find a way to change the past. You do get his backstory. His backstory. He goes back to the past to meet another version of himself from the past. We do meet another Barry Allen in this movie, which was his past self in this movie, because now we have two Barry Allens in this movie. Technically, because they do actually work together as a team perfectly. They meet with Supergirl, they meet with Michael Keaton's Batman, and they are trying to find a way to fix the future. And all Barry cares about is trying to get back to the present, and he's trying to get out the past and trying to get back to the present. And that's all I can say for Ezra Miller as Barry Allen. And Ezra Miller is really good in this movie as Barry Allen and the Flash all at once. And he has a lot of heart in this movie, and his performance is on point. It's spectacular, and he's really good in the movie, and that's all I can say for The Flash. And next up is Michael Keaton as his Bruce Wayne and Batman from 1989's Batman movie and Batman Returns for that matter. Now, my first time experiencing Michael Keaton as Batman was most likely either Batman Returns or the Batman that came out way back because that Batman movie that he was in came out in 1989. Batman Returns, I can't remember what year it came out. I know it came out in the 1990s, but I don't remember anymore. But Michael Keaton, is so good to see him again as his Bruce Wayne and Batman. Actually, it's so good to see him again come back as Batman. But when we actually got a chance to when we see him, he gets back because with Bruce Wayne as Batman. Bruce Wayne is not Batman anymore, but then he becomes Batman once again. He helps Barry Allen, two Barry Allens and Supergirl to save the world. And that's all I can say. Michael Keaton is really good as his Bruce Wayne and Batman all at once, and it's so good to see him again back on the movie theater screen. So good to see him again. And that's all I can say for Michael Keaton as Batman. And last but not least is Sasha Calle as Kara, aka Supergirl. Now with her Supergirl, I believe this is from Man of Steel. Now I believe this is from Man of Steel, but she was not in Man of Steel though. With her as Supergirl is really good in this movie. The biggest issue I had, we don't get her flashback. We don't get the backstory. So I was like, where's the backstory? We don't really get the backstory. Maybe they didn't want to put the backstory in the movie, or maybe the backstory might take up too much time. So I totally get it. But I get it. They probably didn't want to put the backstory in the movie then. But she flies. She has the same exact strength as Clark Kent. And I really liked her as Supergirl, and she's really good in this movie. And that symbol that Clark's Superman had on, you know what this S stands for? It stands for hope, right? Yeah, it stands for hope. When I heard that in the trailer, I was like, oh, that's the symbol from Man of Steel from back in 2013. So good to hear that. It's so good to hear that line again after the events of Man of Steel. And she helps out Batman in The Flash save the world. And Sasha Calle as Supergirl is really good in this movie, and that's all I can say for Supergirl. And that's it for the actors and the characters themselves. I do want to talk about how great the action in this movie is. The action sequences are really, really good. I love the final battle. Some of the final battle sequences, excuse me. Some of the final battle sequences I really enjoy. There was some I like, some stuff I don't like. I enjoy most of the CGI. Most of the CGI in this movie looks really good, but there were a couple of visual effects in this movie that should have had a little bit more work. Could have been cleaned up a bit, but I respect them for trying. I respect them for trying the best they can. The action sequences, I love most of the action. There were a couple of action sequences, some action set pieces here and there. I love all the final battle scenes. I love the final battle scenes. And this movie is basically, now I do want to say, I don't want to compare this, now with this movie in particular, this movie, you know what this movie reminds me of? It reminds me of Spider-Man No Way Home meets Back to the Future, and you have Spider-Man No Way Home, Back to the Future, bashed together into one, and there you go, and then you have The Flash. Now, they were going to call it, I think they were going to call this movie Flashpoint, but no, I think that was DC Comics' rights for the title and also for the comic book. They was like, no, you can't take it. Instead, they called this movie The Flash, which I'm fine with anyway. And this movie is about basically not just about time travel. It's a little bit like the multiverse. It feels like Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness without Marvel stuff. It's mostly with the multiverse stuff in this movie. It feels like DC. I do like some of the multiverse stuff that we had in the movie. And the things I really like about Barry Allen, the only thing he cares about throughout the movie, he's trying to save his family. He's trying to change the past. He's trying to fix stuff from the future. He's trying to fix everything in the future because there's no superheroes. No superheroes at all except for him now, and he's the only one. And when we get two Barry Allens in the movie, I love their chemistry back and forth. I love the fact that we have two Barry Allens in the movie. Their chemistry is actually really interesting to understand. Their chemistry has a lot of passion and heart to it, and I think, and that, like I said, the chemistry is really interesting to watch. Now, the movie is like very, very long. This is a long movie. I understand it's a long movie. I understand it's an action movie, a DC film, but it's very, very long. I think the movie could have been cutting down a little bit more shorter, but it's fine. It is what it is. And this movie is mostly time travel beats the multiverse. I feel like this movie feels like it's basic time travel in multiverse. The movie wasn't just about time travel; it was about it was mostly about a little bit like the multiverse, a little bit about the multiverse stuff that's been going on. There was some multiverse stuff here and there, but mostly it's just all time travel and less multiverse. And the movie does a really good job with some of the time travel stuff that Barry, when he's stuck in the past, he's trying to find a way to go back to the present, but the only thing he needs, one thing that he needs is to save his parents. Mostly, excuse me. All he cares about is saving his mom. He wants to save his mom, but then with him saving his mom or his parents for that matter, or both of his parents, that was actually a lot of heart and sense to it. And I guess that's mostly it for The Flash. And I really had a blast with this movie. So if you have not seen The Flash, go ahead and go see it whenever you get a chance. You're going to love this movie. Like, if you love The Flash from the CW, like the TV show of The Flash from CW, the Flash cartoons, the action figures, you're going to love this movie, The Flash. You're going to love this movie. And I enjoyed this movie a lot. But like I said, I had a couple of minor problems I had with it. But I guess that's it for The Flash. And I think that's it. Nothing much else to say. So be sure to like, subscribe, post notification bell, follow me on Instagram, comment down below. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.